Hello, I am Rakesh Khanna and welcome to this week Commodity Forecast, wherein we analyze what's driving commodity this week and what it means for price ahead. Base metals are in news, so stay tuned till the end for crucial support and resistance figure for gold and copper. Let's start with macroeconomic headlines. The US and Israel-Iran war entered its ninth week with renewed fears of escalation on the back of second round of negotiation as US forces seized an Iran-flagged cargo vessel in the Gulf of Oman after it ignored orders while leaving Hormuz, while Iran targeted ships and claimed control of the strait, citing US violation of a ceasefire. Markets would keenly eye geopolitical developments in the Middle East. Ahead of key truce deadline and talks, what would be main catalysts for oil prices and risk sentiment? On the data front this week, flash PMIs in the US, Europe and Asia will be scrutinized for early signals on growth momentum after the recent volatility in energy price alongside US. Retail sales for clues on consumer resilience. Earnings season also gather pace with results from major US corporates. China's Public Bank of China left benchmark lending rates unchanged for the 11th month as policymakers assess Middle East war risk against resilient domestic growth and easing deflation. The Public Bank of China kept the 1-year LPR at 3% and 5-year at 3.5%. Q1 GDP grew 5%, up from 4.5% near the top of the annual 4.5 to 5% target. China's economy gained momentum in Q1 with GDP rising 5% YOY, up from 4.5% in Q4 and above the 4.8% consensus, driven mainly by strong export growth offsetting weak domestic demand. However, Iran's war-driven energy shock clouds the growth outlook and may weaken global demand. China's industrial production rose 5.7% YOY, expected 5.3 to 5.5%, prior 6.3%, beating forecast. Retail sales slowed sharply to 1.7% YOY, expected 2.3 to 2.4%, as prior it was 2.8%. Missing expectations, fixed asset investment came in at 1.7% YOY, expected 1.9%, prior 1.8%, undershooting forecast. Property investment remained deeply negative at minus 11.2% YOY, previous 11.1%. Surveyed unemployed rate rose to 5.4%, expected 5.2%, prior it was 5.3%. Commodity focus. Gold. Gold futures ended the week higher, closing near Rs 1,54,605, gaining around 1.25%, reflecting strength after the recent corrective decline. Price had moved above the key Rs 1,51,356 zone, that is 23.6% Fibonacci retracement, and is attempting to sustain near the descending trendline resistance, indicating short-term trend is bullish. Technically, gold remains above its medium-term moving averages, keeping the broader uptrend intact. A sustained move above the current resistance zone, Rs 1,55,500 and Rs 1,56,000, could strengthen the bullish momentum and led to rise towards Rs 1,58,483 and Rs 1,64,244 in near term. On the downside, immediate support is placed at Rs 1,51,356 and major support at Rs 1,49,000 and Rs 1,48,000 around the rising moving averages. The weekly close below Rs 1,48,000 could weaken the bullish structure and open the door towards Rs 1,43,838. Momentum indicators are showing positive improvement, but a clear breakout above the falling trend line requires confirming a stronger upside momentum. Commodities focus. Copper. Copper futures displayed a strong weekly gain, closing near Rs 1,273.85, up more than 5%, signaling a sharp recovery after the recent correction. Price rebound strongly from the Rs 1,150 and Rs 1,660 support zone, which aligns with 61.8% Fibonacci retracement levels, and key long-term moving averages support, indicating that the broader uptrend remains intact. Technically, copper has moved back above the short-term moving averages and now is trading above rupees 1229 and rupees 1230 zone, that is 50% Fibonacci levels. However, holding above the range may support further upside towards rupees 1298, followed by the major resistance at rupees 1384. On the downside, immediate support is placed at rupees 1229 with major support at rupees 1160. A weekly close below rupees 1160 could weaken the bullish structure and open the door to rupees 1060 as the downside level. Momentum indicators have improved after the recent rebound, though price still needs to clear previous swing highs to confirm a stronger breakout. Weekly price action. Gold rose by 1.70% week on week. Silver rose by 6.61% week on week. The gold-silver ratio fell by 4.61%. Among well-performing base metals, nickel rose by 5.08%, copper rose by 3.90%, and London Metal Exchange rose by 3.56%. Weekly event calendar. This week, market will track ADP weekly, employment change, S&P Global Eurozone, manufacturing PMI, initial jobless claim. These data points will shape interest rate expectations, which directly impact precious metals, base metals, and other commodities. That's your weekly commodity forecast from Mirae Asset Sharekhan. To help you keep track of more promising market developments, all our research offerings are now available in one portal, the Mirae Asset Sharekhan Research Center. Explore research calls and detailed research reports across equity, mutual funds, F&O, commodities, ETF, and more. Visit research.sharekhan.com to kickstart your wealth creation journey backed by our research experts. You can also click on the link given in the description to access the same. Thank you for watching.
Investment in securities market is subject to market risk. Read all related documents carefully before investing.